one of our wingers has got the ability to just start banging goals in. A couple of them arguably do. And if they do, game on then.
Crystal Palace 0, Manchester United 0. A frustrating draw. 2 points dropped for Manchester United. I'm joined by Stephen Howson. Was that 2 points dropped, or was it a case of United were never going to win the game anyway and we're terrible?
No, it was 2 points dropped.
Were you happy with the performance, or is there problems at Manchester United? Because that's what I'm seeing online. I've gone online after the game, and you'd think that the world is caving in.
Well, that's on you, that Joe, and I've not done that. But I did predict that would be the case. I finished my review on my channel, and I said, I hope that this doesn't turn into people just going 2 wins in 5. That shit, fuck him off. Nothing's changed, because actually loads has changed. Loads has changed. We are significantly better. I still think we're going to struggle to score goals. I think that's going to remain a bit of a drama for us until the wingers start contributing with a bit more consistency. All of them, all 3 of them, or 4 of them. I guess Anthony does exist. Mm-hmm. Does he really?
Scored this week.
Don't. I think if we can solve the goal scoring, we control the game better. We're not conceding anywhere near as many shots. So yeah, it's 2 points dropped because United deserve to win that game. They deserve to win it on the first 30 minutes alone. Like, we could have been 2 or 3 up in the first 30 minutes. And then I don't think you lose it from there, because I think Palace, what they had to do was to defend, and I don't think that their structure would allow them to put any. I don't think they could have took the ball off us and put us under pressure. I think the only way they put us under pressure was the counters that they did, or set pieces, which they weren't great at. Like, I just think we just got to start scoring, because the opportunities are there. And all right, we've hit the post a couple of times here, but the one that's going to stick in my head the most is the licks. He's almost connected a bit too well, and you're thinking, fucking hell.
I know.
He buries that, and I think United just. I mean, what minute was that, by the way?
I'll double check now, but it was certainly first half, wasn't it? So I think it was first sort of 20 minutes or so, wasn't it? But it was obviously a brilliant chance. It's one of them, like you said, he's almost connected too well. He's headed it exactly textbook. Ball comes in, good power, heads it down, and it happens to sort of hit Henderson, really, rather than him knowing too much about it. Do you think that, you talked about things that have changed, are you almost feeling positive after this then? Is it a frustrating feel? Like, what are you, because it felt like last season we'd do anything for a decent performance, and already now it feels like, since the season started, the number of shots we've conceded per game has gone down loads. It's almost like already that's not enough. People were begging for a good performance. How many clean sheets
did we have last year, Joe?
I don't know the answer to that, but not a lot.
Wasn't it like 4?
I'm not sure. I'll have a look. I'll have a look now.
It might not have been 4. It feels like about 4. It doesn't feel like a lot. And it feels like we are way more capable of keeping clean sheets this season, right? There's one. I am more confident in us this season, but like within an hour of a game ending, no, I'm not. I'm just annoyed.
Yeah.
Like my overriding emotion right now is I need a rum and an early night. That's what I need.
Just I want to talk about some individual performances, because I thought Zirkzee and Eriksson in particular in the first half, I thought they stood out and were excellent. There was a lot of people having a go at Zirkzee in the comments, and people saying that he's missing chances. And I just want to draw your attention. I know you mentioned the missed chances, but big chances missed this season, according to the Premier League's website. United are top of the table on 17. The next highest is Aston Villa on 12, and then it's sort of 12, 12, 11, 11, 9.
Is that progress?
With us at 17 at the top.
Is that progress? I mean, it kind of feels like it's progress. It's almost like, yay, but not really, innit? Like,
yeah.
I guess on a level it's progress. I guess on some level it's not really what you want. But I mean, he's been missing chances. We said that. I think the easiest or the hardest chance he actually scored.
Yeah.
He's got to be scoring. But what I would say about Zirkzee is, I think when he went off, we didn't look like we were going to score. And I think while he's on the pitch, even if I don't necessarily at the moment have confidence in him to actually go and score us a goal, because I don't, I think he's doing something on the pitch which I haven't fully be able to articulate what it is that he's doing on the pitch, but he's doing something on the pitch which allows Manchester United, facilitates Manchester United to create chances. It's right. We're being very simplistic about it. It's his link-up play.
Yeah.
But I want to know exactly what it is in his link-up play. Is he dragging defenders off the centre line? Is he moving into pockets? I want to know exactly what it is, and I need to see more of him. And actually, I get this shit when I watch the game a second time. I don't get this watching it the first time. I'll hone in on that sort of shit when I can be asked watching it for a second time, but that might not be this weekend, to be honest.
No.
I feel more confident in our ability to create chances while he's on the pitch. I don't have the confidence in him scoring 25 goals this season.
Yeah. Is that a worry? Do you think that's, is that enough of a skill set to be a top striker, or do you need the players around him to step up, or do you just need him to step up? Like, obviously, he's bringing some things to United where we've missed more chances than anyone, which obviously isn't good, but we're making a lot of chances. Is that an excuse for him because he's so creative, or does he have to start scoring more goals?
It's everything. It's a combination of everything. Everybody else needs to contribute. Like, we've said this all season. Who's going to score the goals for United? Like, the wingers have to contribute more goals. All of them. Zirkzee himself, in that central position, if he's going to continue playing, has to score more goals. Højlund, when he comes back, has to score goals. Bruno Fernandes has to score some goals. They all have to score some goals. I thought De Ligt was going to be... I'm literally sitting there watching him miss that header today going, fucking hell, he's going to score some goals for us. I can't rely on a centre-half to be our leading goal scorer, though. Like, we have to create and score more goals. And I think if we do that, we'll be fine. Like, Manu has to chip in with more goals. Like, they all have to just chip in with more fucking goals. Like, that's the top and bottom of it. We're not Arsenal. We're not going to pat ourselves on the back because, aren't we creating more chances now? Yes, it's nice progress, but it's not the end state. The end state's lifting up titles. And to get us from the state we're in now to that state, it requires quite a few areas of improvement. But the goal scoring is the one that factually will change the fortunes the most. If you just start scoring goals, like 1 or 2 every single week, we're going to provide goals. Someone. We're going to score 80, 85 goals as a team, which means that there's a couple of goals in every single game for us, bar maybe a few of the bigger games. Then you've got that confidence walking on the pitch that, hey, if we keep a clean sheet, we're probably going to win. And this team is capable of keeping clean sheets. We are better at dealing with transitional football. We are better man for man defensively. Like, Mazraoui is a gift from the heavens.
Yeah, he's been brilliant.
What a footballer.
Yeah.
And I think De Ligt, every single second I see De Ligt doing a defensive action, all I can hear is Graham Souness going, he's fucking late. Like, just, what a lot of bollocks. He's a sensational defender. He's taken off the smashing people responsibilities off Martinez.
Yeah. Like,
he's actually a lot more physical than Martinez.
It's mad. It is, and I think there's a lot of positives. I mean, we can't just sit here and say that was brilliant, look at that 0-0. But do you see, in ways that we didn't last season, do you see signs that we're moving in the right direction? Because I think one thing that kept Arteta's job for him when he was finishing 8th and 5th and all that was the fact that you could see signs within games that they were getting better. They were playing better than their opponents most weeks. Are you seeing that compared to last season? Like you mentioned about the gaps in midfield that we saw all the time last season, they seem to have gone mostly. Do you feel confident that we are moving towards the right direction and that the results will sort of come as a byproduct almost of the performances?
Right. There are 5 main areas of football. There is defending and there is attacking, right? Most people would understand those 2 things as very broad concept. This is extremely broad. And you can probably break each of these things down probably into macro parts or micro parts, whatever, right? But you can break each of these down as nerdy as you want, and it's probably infinite, right? But there's 5 broad areas of football. There's attacking, there's defending, there's transitioning to defending from attacking, there's transitioning to attacking from defending, and there's set plays. That's the 4 main areas of football. Now, I would put it to you, we look better at set pieces this season.
Definitely.
Yeah,
Definitely.
not hard.
Yeah.
I don't know what Eric Ramsey's up to, but boy, would I not be putting Manchester United on my CV for the time that he was here, right? As a set piece coach. I would say that we are better attacking this season. What's the evidence in that? The number of chances created. Oh, the table that Joe wants to bring up, the top of the fucking we're missing shitloads of chances table, right? It's not our best work, but it's evidence. I think we're better at defending.
Yeah.
Right? I think we are better at like just straight up defending. I think we are better at transitioning to defending from attacking.
Much better at that.
I would argue the one thing that we've not necessarily been improved upon so far this season is transitioning to attack from defense. So I would say out of the 5 areas of football, I think 4 of them we've seen tangible improvements on.
Yeah.
Now, that doesn't mean that we've maxed out 100 out of 100 in terms of our attacking. It means we might have gone from 37 to 38 out of 100, right? We are better. I think that if you start scoring the goals, people will suddenly start recognizing the styles of play, the defending, the patterns. The set pieces are nice. Individual performances will start getting a little bit more flowers. But the bottom line is we're doing everything we're making cookies and they're not coming out quite right. And once we figure out why, the right blend of butter and sugar, it's always the butter, I think, that fucks your cookies up, right? We'll start making cookies and people will be like, have these always been this good? Yeah, sort of.
Yeah. The recipe feels like it's there, but something in the process isn't quite right, is it? I completely agree. There's no way you can look at this performance in the Southampton one and the Fulham one and even the Brighton one and say this is like it was last season.
Joe,
it's
even
not.
the Liverpool one.
Yeah.
People will look at the result of the Liverpool game and be like, you got snotted. No, we didn't. It's extremely simplistic to say that, and it just wasn't the case. United are better this season. We are not finishing anywhere near 8th. Whether or not it's enough to get in the top 4, I mean, what are we looking at for the top 4 at the moment? And does 5th get in?
It depends how well the British teams, English teams do in the Champions League. Last season it didn't, but most seasons it does. If you look at the league table at the minute, it's kind of gone to like almost like last season's top teams already. So if we get the Premier League table up, top of the league is Liverpool at the moment. City, same points with the game in hand. Then it's Villa, Chelsea, Arsenal, Newcastle. They're your top 6.
Right. Okay, let's be honest. It's possible City get relegated, and that's something that no one's.
That is possible.
About, right?
That is possible.
It's possible. I don't know if it's probable, but it's possible, right?
Yep.
I think we can. I think we're in the top 5 of all of those teams, right? I think we're in the top 5. I think we're better than Chelsea, right? I think Chelsea are going to be so inconsistent that we can out-consistence them. I think they're just going to be so up and down. I think Villa might be a legitimate problem. I'm not worried about Newcastle. Arsenal will be up there. I still think it's early doors to really say on Liverpool, to be honest with you, as well.
Yep.
I think that he's had an all right start as old Slot, but I don't necessarily see tangible improvements in what they're doing. And I think the more his ideas kind of seem to settle in, I can see it kind of going a little bit wayward for them. So I think there's opportunities for us to get in. It might require City getting relegated, man. But there's opportunities for us to get in. And it's early doors in the season yet as well. One of our wingers has got the ability to just start banging goals in. A couple of them arguably do. And if they do, it's game on then. I think I'm falling in love with Mazraoui, you know.
Yeah, he's exciting, isn't he? He's really good.
It's just intelligent decisions all the time from him.
Yeah.
And unruffled at all times.
Yeah, he's very good. And more physical than I thought he'd be as well. He's winning headers and he's flying in and sort of pushing people out of the way. I didn't think he was like that. I didn't think he had that about him as much. I knew he was technical. I knew he could defend well, but I didn't see him being as sort of physically exciting as he has been. That's really good. Really good player. Right, Steve, that's going to be all. Thank you very much. A frustrating draw, but you've almost made me, because you've stayed away from the internet, you've almost made me feel a bit optimistic after that. I was already thought we'd played well, but you've given me a little boost. Thank you very much. Thank you for joining us at home as well. Hit subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Manchester United have drawn at Crystal Palace. We'll see you in a bit.